There's a generally accepted form of appearance that all humans agree that makes humans look their best, right? So humans basically have standards of what appearance should be like. Women wear makeup. Why? To look better. Men, if they're going to be in front of millions of people in a television show or a movie or whatever, they put makeup on their face generally. Why? Because it's understood and known that makeup enhances a person's appearance. It makes them look better. Okay, so humans have a standard of what we know makes a person look good. Now, this standard is set by intelligence. We understand that certain cosmetics makes us look optimal. Now, try to understand this. If you see a person in the street that looks as if they have makeup, like their lips are pink, their face is glowing, their eyes are white, extremely white, their teeth are white, their tongue is pink and healthy, their skin has no defects whatsoever, their hair is shining and glistening. If you see someone like that in the street, you would think they have on makeup, right? But what if that person doesn't have on makeup? But the reason they look like that is because their organs are working perfectly. Their liver is extremely healthy. So they look extremely healthy and beautiful. Or if they're a man, handsome. They don't smell because their organs are working optimally. They shower, so they don't even have to put on deodorant because everything is working optimally. Try to understand this. Do we see makeup as an enhancement because evolution has brought us to the point where we now accept makeup as an enhancement? You would say, no, the reason why we accept our features as beautiful is because evolution has made it so that we accept our features as beautiful. But if that's the case, why do we put on makeup to enhance our features and then say that when we put on makeup, then we look our best, right? If we've evolved to accept our features, that this is what makes us attractive, then why do we add enhancements? If enhancements makes us more attractive, then it's not because of evolution that we see our features as attractive. No, there is a beauty standard. There is a beauty standard, but our organs, if they are working optimally, already gives us that standard. So much so that we accept that this beauty standard can be enhanced by makeup. Can you understand what I'm trying to say? This concept has been so difficult for me to explain and verbalize, but I'm going to try my best to do it in this video. There is a beauty standard. There is a beauty standard, but our organs, if they are working optimally, already gives us that standard. If we looked ugly and disgusting and our skin was falling off and our breath was offensive and, like we had holes in our face and patches in our beard, or our face was bushy, right? You would say, if we look like that, we would evolve to accept that feature because that's what we are. And so it would just be the norm. But because we look like this is the norm. And so we just evolve, right? They're trying to make it seem like we are cosmetically pleasing only because we look how we look. But if we had looked any other way, we would accept that, because that would be the norm, and so that would be cosmetically pleasing. So in other words, if we looked like zombies, we would accept that, because that would be the norm, because we would have evolved to look like zombies, and so that would be the norm, right? Okay, fine. So let me ask you this. If we looked like zombies, you mean to tell me that if most people look like zombies, but there was one zombie that didn't have his skin falling off, and didn't have offensive breath, and their teeth was aligned and not disfigured, and their tongue was pink, and their eyes was white, and their beard was naturally designed to be a certain way. You mean to tell me that we would see that person as ugly because we've evolved to accept zombie-looking people as normal? No, we would see that person who doesn't have their skin falling off and their teeth is white and aligned and doesn't have offensive breath. We would see them as, wow, that person looks beautiful. I want to aspire to be like that. So what are we going to do? We're going to go and have cosmetic surgery. We're going to put on makeup to try and attain that look. Why? Because there is a beauty standard in the universe. And when we see that standard, when we see someone who has obtained that standard, we want to be like that too, because there's a certain beauty standard in the universe. Okay? That's why when we see someone, even though we look how we look and we've come to accept how we look, when we see someone that is really healthy and they have everything perfectly set up, we aspire to be like that, because we understand that even though the norm is for us to look like we don't have makeup, if we see someone with makeup, we realize that actually looks better and we want to try to be like that. But why has our organs caused us to naturally look like that if they are functioning perfectly? No. It is not normal for us to look how we look if there wasn't a beautician of the universe. Let me say that again. This concept is so difficult to explain. People, it is not normal for our eyes to be symmetrical. It is not normal for our teeth to naturally be aligned. If we came here by chance, we would not look how we look, because there's a certain beauty standard of the universe, and chance will not cause us to evolve to come to fit that beauty standard. That will never happen. We wouldn't even be here. But I'm just trying to entertain that argument that if there's no intelligence, if we arrived here by chance, chance will not cause us to evolve to fit the beauty standards of the universe just because there's a beauty standard of the universe, and so we would evolve to meet that. No. Never mind the fact that we will never come into existence. Let's say we do come into existence. We will never reach the beauty standard of the universe, which is namely symmetry, organization, order, beauty. There is a standard of the universe. There is a beauty standard of the universe, and chance can never meet this standard. It would take intelligence to reach it. And once the creature reaches enlightenment of self-awareness, it will aim to want to fit this standard, which is namely symmetry, organization, order, and even cleanliness. And so basically what would have ended up happening is that we would all be going to surgeons for cosmetic surgery and amputating different body parts and aligning it with other body parts and putting bones in particular areas. For example, putting cheekbones in certain places to be more aesthetically pleasing, all just to fit this beauty standard of the universe. So now this creature, quote unquote, has evolved to become self-aware, right? But now imagine the surprise of this self-aware creature when it comes to understand that this beauty standard of the universe has pretty much already been met by itself on its very person due to the genetic messages of its DNA and the effects of its organs. This enlightened creature would be puzzled if, after reaching this enlightened stage, was told that he was a product of chance and randomness. This enlightened creature would be puzzled if, after reaching enlightenment, he was told that he was a product of chance and randomness. Mere chance and randomness. This creature has reached self-awareness, and he has come to see that there is a particular beauty standard of the universe, namely, as I've said already, order, organization, cleanliness, symmetry. And so he would what? He would think to go and see a surgeon to amputate his body and perform surgeries, extensive surgeries upon himself to meet this beauty standard. But voila, upon looking at a mirror, he comes to realize that his genes already codes for this standard. And the only way that this beauty standard or this encoding can be corrupted is due to human interference, such as chemical power plants and pollution and bad diets, etc. And without intelligence, you cannot attain a car. A car will not have two doors symmetrically on each side just because having two doors on each side is better. doesn't mean that the car will come to have two doors on each. A car will not come to have four sets of wheels, let alone it being symmetrically pleasing, just because that's what will cause it to function better. It will never happen. So we put on makeup because we understand that there's a certain standard that is aesthetically pleasing. But how is it that we've come so close to that aesthetic feature to the point where all we need to do to enhance our features is to put on some makeup? But now if a person's organs is working optimally, they would already meet that beauty standard. And how can chance do that? This topic is really difficult to explain, and is basically why it says that the fear of the Almighty is the beginning of wisdom and understanding. The more you come to know about any field, the more it points to the Almighty. The more you think, the more you reason, the more you try to understand concepts, the more you realize that there is an intelligent being behind the universe and behind our existence. Oh man, I don't even think I explained it well. As hard as I've tried to explain it in this video, I don't even think I've done it justice.